Hi guys, welcome to another Geekerbytes video. Today we are reviewing a monitor. This is Illegear's Bolt 27. It is a curved gaming monitor. If you've not heard of Illegear before, it is a local startup. They sell gaming peripherals, gaming laptops and gaming desktops as well. So they are currently headquartered, they started in 2011 and they're currently headquartered in Oval, Damansara, and they have another shop in Johor Bahru as well. So back to the monitor. This is the Bolt 27. It's diagonal 27 across. The pixel count is 2560 by 1440, so that makes it a Quad HD monitor. Let me read you off some specs. It has a 16 by 9 ratio. It is a Samsung VA, vertical aligned, versus an IPS, in plane switching. More details on that in the link below. And I'll explain a little bit about that as well. Vertical align is a type of display production where the pixels are more vertically aligned versus the in-plane switching. They're both LCDs, but VA provides for better contrast, but not such good viewing angles from the sides. If you move more to the sides, you might lose a bit of colors. So what else? Speaking of colors, the color gamut this Bolt 27 can handle is in the sRGB of 99%, and the Adobe RGB of 83%. From what I know, that is a pretty good color reproduction rate, and is mostly used by professionals in the graphic industry or video editors. It has a 144 Hz refresh rate, very good for gaming, and has a 4 millisecond response time or response rate. It weighs in a little under 5 kgs at 4.76 kg, and of course I have to mention the beautiful curve. The curve is rated at R1500. The Bolt 24, the little brother to this model, has an R1200, so the curve is not as pronounced. This curve is a little bit more, so your periphery is all covered by that. Let me talk a little bit about the setting up. While I was setting up this thing, it took about 5 screws, and you have to have your own screwdriver, of course. It comes with both a stand and brackets for wall mounting, and I prefer the stand, so that's why it's sitting on my desk. With the stand, it takes about 5 screws. It took me about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to figure out how to do it. It comes with a little manual inside, and it tells you where to put the screws, how to put them together, and there's a very convenient latching mechanism behind, which is missing from the Bolt 24. I also actually installed the Bolt 24. That one is a more direct connection, just screwing it in. This one, you screw it to the latching mechanism and then clip it right into the whole monitor base at the back. It has some RGB lighting. Show it to you in a picture. And yeah, so it's been sitting on my desk for about 2 weeks now. I've really enjoyed using it. It's very immersive. Color representation is off the charts to me. I've always only used laptop displays or flat screen LED monitors, so this one is way up there in the charts. So connectivity. In the box, it comes with one DisplayPort cable, but the back has one DisplayPort and 3 HDMI ports for you to be able to then have multiple monitor setups. One HDMI is at 2.0 and the other two remaining HDMIs are at 1.4. So just good to keep in mind. I got the HDMI cable for about 25 ringgit. You can actually get one that is gold plated and all that for 100. So it used to be they only sold $100 HDMI cables. I'm glad that's coming down now. So in my daily use, I found that you could have warm settings, cool settings, and the hardware setting buttons down here allow you to have shortcuts. You can have it in game mode, FPS mode, RTS mode. I couldn't really tell difference between them. I would guess the RTS one would be more fine-grained detail. The FPS one is more for speed. There is a generic game mode, and there's also a movie mode with more brighter colors, and there's a picture mode where it's a little bit more subdued. So yeah, I play around with that. I'll show you some of those settings later. What do I think of this so far after spending 2 weeks? Few things that I would probably bring up is probably the lack of that HDMI cable. I didn't like that, my laptop doesn't have a display port. It doesn't come with it. It does have a HDMI port, so I had to, once I set it up, I didn't realize I had to go out and get a HDMI cable. The other things would be if you want to run it at its native resolution of 2560 by 1440, bear in mind you will need a graphic card that's tough enough to push all those pixels onto this screen, because you're gonna find that it lags a little. My laptop, current laptop I'm running, it's running an RTX 2060 if I'm not mistaken, and it struggled to push the pixels at 2560 by 1440. I noticed it mostly in Fallout. I can show you a sample of my gameplay there, right about here. So here we are looking at a side-by-side view. I've got 1440p on the left side and 1080p on the right side, so that you can tell the difference. Now I could already see some ghosting on the left side. On the right, I feel it was much smoother. That's probably attributed to my graphics card trying to push all those pixels onto the screen. You'll see more examples further along as we go. Once I finish, I've named them conveniently 1440p on the left, 1080p on the right, so that you can tell which is which. Here we go, down the hallway. I saw a bit of ghosting on the left. I'm not sure if you could tell. So my advice, stick to the 1080p on this monitor unless you have a graphics card strong enough to push all those pixels on. I will recommend RTX 2060 and above. And that's it, back to the studio. So there we see that I felt there was a bit of lag. When I moved the mouse, it took a while for the screen to catch up. It could be the graphics card trying to push the pixels in. It could be just that at such high resolution, because there's so many pixels in play, it just takes longer to move from left to right. I don't know if you can see it from the two videos that I just showed, but that is my impression. I like the RGB lighting at the back. It's just a nice little touch. It's the little things. And we've come to the price, which is 1200 ringgit Malaysia. So at that price, you better be ready to shell that out to get this sort of setup. It is a very wide setup, I have to say. It feels like two monitors in one. But for what do you get for 1200? you get, top of the list for me is you get a 3-year walk-in warranty. If there's anything wrong with your monitor, you walk back into Illegear and you tell them what's wrong with it. It should last you 3 years, which is a decent enough life for a monitor. What else do you get? You get the, the color gamut. You get the color reproduction. So if you're in the business, if you're a video editor or a graphic designer, this is the laptop that you should be in your top 3. I know it is in mine. I would love to get one of these. We'll see if the time comes I can get one. And overall, this is definitely a monitor to get if you are into some serious gaming, because it gives you that really round, wide feeling that you're in the game. I hope you enjoyed the review, and stay tuned for the next one.